back to Everything and the Gym. We are currently on episode 1 of season 3. It has been an absolute crazy journey to be here right now, but we are with one of our sponsors. What is your name?
Well, this is Stefan Hambright here with the Hambright team with Coldwell Banker Legacy, a.k.a. Dad Bod to God Bod. Happy to be here today.
Oh, I have to ask you a question
Yeah.
before we get deep into your story, but are you training for the belly flop competition this summer?
Oh, literally, I wake up and I'm envisioning how the belly flop contest is going to be. I have a brand new dance, I have a routine, and everything. I mean, you're looking at the belly flop king right here, 2 times in a row champ. I'm ready for this year. We're ready to go.
Are you going to practice leading up to this?
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I got some moves. I'm not gonna disclose everything. Gotta have some surprises. But no, we're excited. We're excited about the pool's about to open at
I
Bentwood,
know.
so I can't wait. Summer's right around the corner.
We are up there for tennis,
Yeah.
and Crosby all the time. She's like, "Can we go swimming? Can we go to the pool right now?" And I'm like, "It's not open yet."
The pool's so inviting too because they're getting
Yeah.
it all ready. You look at it, you're like, oh my gosh, just a couple more weeks. Come on.
The water sound is like, shh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I look at the outdoor bar. I'm like, there's my home away from home right there during the summer.
Wow. How old are you?
Oh gosh, 36. I am 36. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
And what do you do? What is your...
Well, I do a
Jobs.
lot of things.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if I had a business card, it'd be a pretty long business card.
Yeah.
First and foremost, though, I'm a real estate agent with my wife, Ashley. We're the Hambright team, Coldwell Banker Legacy. I've been doing that for the marketing side, selling houses, for all that for about 7 years. And then Ashley's been doing it. She's going on almost a decade doing that, too. So that's basically, what pays the bills.
Yeah.
It's the passion of ours. We love doing it. And but I do marketing services for folks here in town locally, and also the gym stuff too. So
Yeah.
a couple different things.
You guys do a lot of charity type events too, right?
We do. One of the ones that we just got done recently, that was a lot of fun. The Sassy Shoe Social. Try to say that 5 times fast. With the Boys and Girls Club. We sponsored one of the tables there. It was a first time event, and it was such a fun time. And so what it was, Sassy Shoes, you get to pick whatever your coolest shoes that you have, and then you walk down the catwalk.
Yeah.
And you have your music and everything like that. And so I had, because me and my wife were both Angelo State graduates, I had some Air Jordan 1 Angelo State colors.
Oh.
So that was my shoes, and it was walk down the catwalk and everything, and it was such a great time. So we're always trying to do things with the community, because we learned a long time ago, I mean, San Antonio's such a great place to live and raise a family, so we want to do anything in our power throughout, when we can, to help give back to this community, because this community has given so much to us.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of our mentality, yeah.
Yeah. Well, we thank you guys at Everything in the Gym because we're here today because of you guys.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, whenever you told me about this, it was a no-brainer for us. I mean, maybe next time we can have Ashley on too. She's busy. She has some appointments all day today.
Yeah.
She wanted to be on it, but maybe next time. But it was a no-brainer for us. Whenever you
Yeah.
told us, we watched the episodes, season 1 and 2. No-brainer for us. You guys have taken this thing and made it an incredible thing. First one here at 1442.
Yeah.
How great is that?
It is. It's unreal. It still blows my mind. I can't. 2 months ago, I was like, I think we're quitting. I think we're done. I think we're done. I don't know what to do. I have no idea. And then I had told Taryn before, we even officially got started, I was like, you can't let me quit until we've done it 1 year.
Yeah.
And I came back to her and I was like, you almost let me quit. I was like, I was like, but we're going to do this for a year, so we got to figure it out. And
figure it out.
Here we are, and I don't know. It's cool.
That's awesome.
It's so cool.
So I don't know if you ever heard of a story. It's called the 5 Feet from Gold. So what you just said reminded me of it. In Colorado, there was a gold mine where a gentleman had a lease for it, and he was digging for gold, and he never found the gold ore. and he actually sold it to another gentleman, and he got, some scientists involved, some geologists involved, and what happened was he was 5 feet away from one of the biggest gold findings in United States history. So what you just told me right there is you kept on digging. You're 5 feet away from gold, and you kept digging. And that's just the thing, right? I mean, there's so many times in all of our lives where we feel like we're not getting to where we want to be, and we're right there, though. If we keep digging, we persevere, you're 5 feet away from gold. So what you just told me right now, just, pushing forward and stuff like that, that's the secret of having anything successful in life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the right people.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all about people at the end of
Yes.
the day. Yes.
Yes. Well, let's kind of get into your fitness story.
Yeah.
So I had you send pictures to Taryn
Yeah.
earlier, and she was showing me them. I cannot believe you ran cross country.
Oh
You
my
look
God.
completely different.
I was a skinny little thing. I don't know if you're going to put it on the screen here, but I was a skinny little thing, man. I was like a $180, $190 in college. Like right now I'm like 250, 260. But
Yeah.
I don't even look like the same person.
No, there was a picture of 3 guys in one of them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know which one's him. Which one is him?
So that's a funny story. So I had to, like, whenever you guys asked me for the pictures, I had to go to the archives and try to find these pictures. I mean, my goodness, that's a long time ago. It's like 15 years ago. And so I showed my son that picture for the first time with the 3 of us. He didn't know either. He didn't know which one was me.
Oh.
So because he's only known his dad as this. My son Finn is 6 years old, and he's never seen me that skinny. So no, it's a night and day type of deal. Yeah.
Is it crazy to hit that kind of moment with your kid where it's like, oh, there's a whole side of me like you have no idea.
Yeah, no, it's
It's
it's a surreal thing. It really is. I mean, whenever Finn sees our old pictures of me and Ashley, that's my wife. I mean, seeing all those things, he's just like, wait a second, that was you? And like it's one of those things. So I was like, yeah, pal, like, that was me, man.
So did you do cross country in college?
I did.
Yes.
I did. Yeah. So I did I've pretty much been in sports my entire life. Like high school, I was captain of basketball team, football team. Really, my best sport though was track and cross country. So I mean, I was a lightning bolt back in the day. I mean, I was the fastest kid you're gonna see in Johnson City. That's where I graduated from. So that's something that I was just always naturally gifted at. So I ran a little bit here at Angelo State, but really got some runs in with Sol Ross. I bounced all over the place in college. So I ran for Sol Ross for a little bit, and that's pretty much was my life in college. I mean, going to class, partying, and cross country. That's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you continue to run after?
So I did, and it's one thing that I wanted to continue. I had this vision that, even when I was at my age right now, this was when I was like 26 when I graduated college, like maybe even like 24 or whatever it was when I graduated college. I wanted to continue. I wanted to continue, I thought I was going to do marathons, half marathons, Spartan races, all those different types of things. It was my passion at that point. But I had some injuries. I had shin splits, real bad shin splits, and every time that I was done running, the older I got, it hurt a little bit more. And it just got to a point where it took the fun out of it, because that was my passion. That was like basically my stress reliever. That's, everything made sense after a run. So it didn't feel that way because of pain and injuries. So I had to make a decision of, I need to do something else that can get that runner's high like I had before. And that's when I transitioned from running to weightlifting.
Did you notice a difference in your body when you made that switch? Like,
first of all, my soreness of my legs went away.
Yeah.
Because I pretty much abused my lower body for like over a decade, because at one point we're running, 30, 40 miles a week when you're in cross country in college. I mean, you're running every day. So just taking that stress and those miles off of my feet and my legs. That was the first thing I noticed. And then I switched to weightlifting, and all of a sudden, because I mean, you saw the picture, like I had no muscle besides lean muscle. So I was literally sore like all the time because I was just like completely reworking my body. And
Yeah.
so there was a big transition at the beginning. Yeah.
Did you gain a lot of muscle at the beginning?
That's an interesting question because what I did was I did my research before I switched to weightlifting, and my icon, my mentor in this path to weightlifting is Schwarzenegger, and I love his journey. I love everything about that he did, how he became Mr. Universe, Mr. Olympia. He was just fantastic and his commitment to it. So the first workouts I did was the blueprint to mass. So that's what I did really for like 2 years. It's like an 11-week program, and that's exactly what he did back in the 70s and 80s to bulk up for Mr. Universe. So that's what I really focused on. And yeah, oh yeah, I gained muscle quick, but at the same time, the amount of eating I had to do, I put on a little bit of belly at the same time too. But you're bulking. That's what I noticed at first. And so I definitely got the muscle, and then I did the blueprint to cut afterwards. Basically the same thing, 11-week program, Schwarzenegger, but on the cut side. So definitely grew that muscle, really in the course of, I would say, a year to 2 years. That's when you really saw a difference of, my before pictures
Yeah.
to how I look now. Because I looked at those pictures, you asked me to get them, and I was like, that's a completely different person.
Yeah.
Like, it really is, yeah.
Do you recognize like any of your like habits and your traits? Do you have any of those from when you had back when those pictures were taken? Like any of that? My words.
Yeah.
Are any of those the same traits, same habits, or have you switched into something completely different?
I think, I mean, I'm still that same person of the before pictures, but I look at that person, 10, 11 years ago, and I am different.
Yeah.
I mean, every aspect of my life has gotten a little bit better, mental health and physical health wise. And it really all stemmed down to whenever me and my wife got pregnant with our son Finn. And whenever that happened, that something changed in my mentality. And I wanted to be there for my son, not only just I'm there with my son, but I wanted to keep up with my son. I coach all of his sports. I was a soccer coach. I was a football coach. I'm doing baseball coach pitch right now, and I want to go all the way to when he's in high school. I mean, he works out with us. I want to be keeping up with him all the way, for the rest of our lives. And that's like something that I really made a cognizant effort of my mentality, and that's what my goal was. Because in my childhood, I have a history with my family where there's a lot of not the best health in the world. A lot of part of my childhood, I spent, I remember this, in the lobby of a hospital. Whenever, somebody in my family was, whether it's cancer, whether it's, heart problems, diabetes, just a huge list of different problems that I just remembered that from my childhood. And whenever we were pregnant with Finn, I told Ashley, I was like, I'm not going to allow that to happen. I'm not going to let Finn's, experience of childhood be the same thing. So, and, I'm 36 now, and I tell folks, I feel better now than I am 26. So that was my mentality and it's still to this day, and I don't think that will ever go away, because everything stems down to is I want to, and I'm not going to get emotional. Like, I don't get emotional about anything, but if you start talking about Finn, I always do, because I just want to keep up with my kid. I want to, work out with my kid, and I want him to be a happy, healthy guy just like I am. So that's, when you ask that question, I would have to say yes. My mentality did change whenever we made the decision to make this a habit. Not even a habit, really, a lifestyle with working out. So yeah.
Did your eating lifestyle change in that time frame too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I, uh, I did a lot of research of what I was eating, and again, it comes down to Schwarzenegger. Really, Schwarzenegger blueprint of mass. I follow his nutrition. I follow his workout plans. I do everything through that, and so we cook all of our food. And what I eat every single day, Monday through Friday, after I'm done with the gym, is meat and a cup of rice. A pound of meat and a cup of, or 2 cups of rice
Wait, you eat a pound of meat in one setting?
every day.
So, like, you sit down,
Yep.
my brain. you, you, the entire pound, like, for lunch.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
how many meals are you eating a day?
So I don't eat until so the fasting. I do fasting every single day. I don't eat until noon. So I drink my protein and my creatine and then coffee. Coffee is my pre-workout. Like that's what I have every
But your
day.
coffee is, like, strong. We had this conversation the other day.
It's stronger than a garlic milkshake. Like seriously.
Yeah.
So I go to Zert's. Zert's Coffee here in town is fantastic. They know me so well. So my drink is an Americano. So that's shots of espresso, right?
Yeah.
So I get 5 shots of espresso. That's what I drink before I go to the gym. So there's an espresso machine where you can press how many shots that you want. They literally call my drink, they have the Stefan button where you can pour 5 shots. It's called the Stefan button because they already know when I pull up.
Yeah.
Like I know all of them that work there. I know their stories, their families, because I'm always there, and that's how I start my day.
Yeah.
And then so we eat after at noon. We do the pound of meat at the least, and then we do 1 cup to 2 cups of rice, and then we do little just good snacks throughout the day until dinner time.
So, are you eating a pound of meat at dinner too?
Just depends on what the wife makes. So she doesn't want to eat that for dinner. If it was up to me, I would, but I gotta, we got to be fair to where she eats things too. But she makes great food. We both make great food. Like yesterday, for instance, we did everything from scratch. We did smash burgers and fried up some French fries from scratch, and it was delicious. So, and we always cook our food. We don't do fast food. And if we eat somewhere, we're gonna go somewhere where they make it from scratch. The grill, cork pig, that type of stuff. Because if you look at the ingredients, and that's one of the things when I was doing my research of everything, if you look at the ingredients of fast food, it's poison. It's legitimately poison. Like I talked about French fries earlier. My recipe for French fries was 3 ingredients yesterday when I made them: potatoes, oil, salt. If you go to McDonald's and like right across the street here and you get McDonald's fries, they have 19 ingredients. 19 ingredients in there. Do you want me to tell you what they are?
Yes.
Let me pull up my phone. I'll
Yes.
put this up to see if we were going to talk about this. And you're going to have to help me because some of these, I have no idea how to pronounce these. Okay, so you think fries. Simple, right? Oil, salt, pepper. So their first one is potatoes. And then they have canola oil, soybean oil, another different type of soybean oil, natural beef flavor, and then this is when it starts getting a little crazy. How do you say that? How do you say that? Hydrolyzed wheat?
Hydrolyzed wheat?
And then the same thing, milk. And then it starts getting, do me a favor, try to say that.
Oh my gosh, my contacts dimethylpolysilicoxine?
It's a chemical. It's literally, so take a guess what that means. And this is a little thing that I'm reading here. It's the same type of silicon that they use in manufacturing of silly putty.
Ew.
Isn't that gross? And it
That's
just gets
gross.
worse from there. Like all these words now, I can't say them. Like the ingredients that are in McDonald's French fries is just unreal. I mean, it's literal like chemicals that they use for silly putty. And that's what people are eating. So for the last like decade or so, whenever we made the decision me and my wife, that this is what we're going to do. We're going to eat healthy, and we're going to stop with the fast food, and we're going to get to the gym, and we're going to be consistent with the gym. As soon as we realized to start reading the ingredients, it was very simple.
But can you imagine, say you were having a group of friends over at dinner and you're about to make French fries and you pull out this like container of whatever that word is, and your friends are like, "Oh, what is this?" And they're like, "Oh, they put it in silly putty. I'm gonna put it on our French fries." Like everybody would look at that bowl of fries and be like, "I'm not eating that."
They would run away from the house.
Yeah.
Like, literally, when you put it in that context, it's so simple, but it's crazy where, and it just comes down to, the FDA, what they allow for things that can be in our food, especially fast food, is poison. If you go to the UK, they don't allow those types of ingredients. If you get fries at McDonald's, it's like 4 ingredients. It's like 2 different types of oils, salt, and potatoes. If you get it in the United States, it's 19 ingredients. And that's what, I think a lot of people in this generation is finally starting to realize that we need, this fast food stuff's not real food.
Yeah.
It's not. So we need to make our own food. And if we go eat out somewhere, do a little bit of research before you eat that food, and make sure you're not putting poison in your body. And the results will speak for itself.
So how much do you spend on meat when you go to the grocery store?
So we go, and it's real simple. So we just go to H-E-B, and we get one of those little club pack deals. And you don't have to get prime rib. You don't need to get like a New York strip or anything like that. I'm talking shoulder chuck, a slice of beef, and for a pound, it's $4. So it's no difference if I was going to go to like Chick-fil-A over here or Subway or something like that. I'm going to spend about, $5, almost anywhere at a fast food place. So it's going to cost me $4 for a pound of meat, and then I cook my rice. You get a big thing of rice for like jasmine rice for, $4, and it's a giant bag of it, and that'll last you a while. So do a cup to 2 cups of that. You're looking at basically the same price of if you would go to a fast food restaurant, and sometimes it's even 3 times the price. If you go to Chipotle right now,
it's expensive.
It's crazy. And I that's like the only, because they actually, their ingredients are real ingredients over there. Like the other day I have 3 portions of steak and 2-3 things of rice, and they're like, "Hey sir, that'll be $30." I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then if you want to add guac to it.
Oh, yeah. $5 for guac, sir. No problem, right? Yeah. So it's $5, right around somewhere $5 to $6 a day. You can eat the best thing you can put in your body after a workout. And, that's how, really, whenever I started seeing results is whenever my eating habits were consistent. And that's, it's not expensive. It really isn't.
Yeah. Do you pre-cook a lot of your meals?
No, I used to. Whenever before we had a kiddo, our life was a little bit easier. So we would pre-cook. We would have it, in the little containers, and it's in the fridge, ready to go. And nowadays, it's just we eat before we pick them up, and so I just have it in the fridge. It doesn't take long. I mean, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. From start to finish. And now I find too is if I cook something fresh, I enjoy it a little bit better. Whenever you make something and you put it in a microwave, it doesn't taste the same. So
it's kind of like, if you go back into it, it's kind of like an accomplishment of oh, I made this meal. It's going to be so good.
I mean, and I totally get some people where, I'm a real estate agent, and so my life's a little bit different when I don't work like a 8 to 5 type of deal. And I get it. If you can't come back home to cook or something like that, bring your own food. I get that. I totally get that. But just where we are in our lives, it's just easier. Once we're done, get around noonish, I start cooking, good to go. Yeah.
All right, you guys, we're going to have a word from our sponsors, and we will be back soon.
Hey y'all, I'm Stefan Hambright.
And I'm Ashley Hambright.
And we're the Hambright team realtors with Coldwell Banker Legacy.
Welcome home. We know you have a lot of choices when it comes to selecting a realtor, so we want to tell you a little bit about us and why the Hambright team would be the perfect fit to help you buy or sell your next home.
First of all, we're a lot of fun.
Stefan, nobody cares about that.
Well, it doesn't hurt.
But really, it's important to have a realtor that's knowledgeable about market conditions in your area, available inventory that meets your needs, and of course, having an agent that's experienced in guiding you through the entire process of buying and selling a home from start to finish.
Coldwell Banker Legacy is a great company with an incredible history and reputation. We are continuously provided with so much support, whether that is professional development or better ways we can assist our clients in reaching their goals.
And we know buying a home is a huge moment in people's lives, so being chosen to be part of that journey is such an honor, especially in San Angelo. We strive to do whatever it takes to help our clients find the perfect home.
As realtors, our clients are the reason for everything we do. Listening to a client's needs and requests, being available for questions, and making sure they're treated the same way we would like to treat our friends and family are among the top priorities for us.
We're parents, we work full-time, we volunteer in the community, we understand crazy lives, so we know life can be messy.
But buying or selling a house doesn't have to be. Call the Hambright team.
All right, welcome back, you guys. We are here with Stefan, and we are going to dive into what does your workouts look like? Do you have like on Monday I'm doing legs, on Tuesdays I'm doing like back and by, Wednesdays, like do you have a schedule or?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually have it like on my phone here. So I used to back in the day like have like a little notepad and like figure out what I'm gonna do and I put it on there. But have you guys ever used BodyFit, the app,
No.
bodybuilder.com?
I haven't.
So BodyFit has literally, I'm not even kidding you, like 100 workout programs. And so like right now, like today for instance, it was week 5. I'm doing the blueprint of mass like I talked about earlier. Right before I got here, we worked out and it was shoulders, arms, and abs today. So literally it's pretty awesome where it shows every week, this is what I'm gonna do. So I click on it, tells me my workout, everything that I need to do, has videos of how to do a particular movement if I don't know how to do it. And then another cool thing is it has overview with a nutritional plan, tells me of what's good things to eat, all that type of stuff. So kind of, I started, once I discovered that app, give me all the answers to the quiz. So like literally I can do it all on my phone, track how many reps that I do, and it does a lot of the busy work whenever you have like a pen and paper doing it before.
Yeah.
And so that's what I've been using, honestly, for like the last 4 to 5 years I've been using this app, and it's been phenomenal.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
It's a great app. Like I'm not sponsoring them or anything like that, but like they're great. It is awesome.
In the future, potentially.
Yeah, right. That they see this
Sponsor
video,
him.
maybe next time, right? Yeah.
So one of the questions Taryn and I have been going through in our head in between season 2 and season 3 is why do people work out where they work out?
Yeah.
So why do you work out where you work out?
Well, you know, that's a good question. I work at Bentwood. That's where the gym is over there. And first and foremost, we're members there, so it's included in our social membership. And I work out there because I like the functionality of different types of workouts that you could do. So they have big boy weights, which I kind of need if I'm going to get a real workout. They have 130 dumbbells out there. They have all the weights I need for squat and deadlift. So that's a big thing for me. You know, if you want to work out at Planet Fitness, more power to you, but they only got 60s there. I can't really get a workout that way. So I work out there because they have the weights that I need. They have the machines that I need. And I love their turf outside that they have. I do a lot of our workouts. I bring out all the equipment over there. I do a farmer press all the time where you just have weights and you're just walking around the the field over there with the turf. I do sled push all the time, you know, and I love it. So it really is able to provide a space where I can, doesn't matter what type of workout that I'm trying to get done, I can do it there. Yeah.
Does Ashley work out with you every time?
I mean, if she doesn't have, so we have, like I said at the beginning, like we do a lot of things. So we always have, sometimes our schedules are not synced up because she has a meeting. That woman, I love her to pieces, but she is in like 1,001 different types of organizations. I mean, she was, you know, she's a past president of the San Angelo Association of Realtors. She is on the board for the Boys and Girls Club. She's in all these different types of things. People ask me, like, what's Ashley doing right now? It's like, I have no idea. Like, she's doing something. I mean, she's a strong, independent woman. She is rocking it. So if she has something going on, and then we'll work out separately, just depending on how our schedule goes. But there's a good amount of times, because we usually work out around 8 o'clock, somewhere around there, that, like, for instance, right before I got here, we were able to work out together. So if we can, we definitely will. Yeah.
Yeah. I like seeing your videos together.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, power couple. You know, I
Yes.
mean, it's something that we both enjoy doing. We like having Finn in the videos whenever he's out of school, or like, you know, summer times especially, get him involved and everything. The cool thing with him is he's pumped up about it too.
Yeah.
He wants to work out with us, so that's something that we enjoy doing for sure. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I wish I could bring Crosby with me sometimes, but then sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could, like, I guess, like, after a time,
Yeah.
after she's, like, in there for a while, but those first few,
You got your own, like, you get to the gym and, like, you're dedicated.
Yeah.
You got stuff that you want
Yeah.
to do. You don't want anything to have speed bumps. But me and Ashley, like, we do everything together. We have our business together. We have our family together. So it just makes sense that, you know, we work out together too. And, you know, it's not a perfect system. I
Yeah.
mean, you know, nothing's a perfect system. But, you know, I mean, whenever we know we need to get something accomplished, I mean, we rock and roll
Yeah.
and get it done. Yeah.
yeah. So what is your proudest moment right now? Like, out of everything you've done in your life, what is the one thing that you're like, I'm really proud of this moment?
Well, I mean, if you're looking big picture, the proudest moment of my life is being dad to Finn and being husband to Ashley. I mean, they are the total foundation of my life. And that's, I will always, everything I do in my life, I think of my wife and I think of my son. And I try to better myself and better all of us so we have a better life. But that's big picture stuff. But smaller picture things, it's kind of cool because we looked at our before and after pictures that I sent you. People that haven't seen me in a minute, they don't recognize me. So
Yeah.
it's kind of cool whenever I go back to Johnson City, that's where I graduated high school, and I haven't seen somebody in a few years. They're like, they don't recognize it's me because you saw me whenever I was younger. I was a little skinny thing, man. And it's cool, like my kiddo Finn, like whenever he's introducing me to his friends or anything like that, he's like, that's my dad. He's the big, strong guy. And that's how he introduces me. So I'm like, hey, there we go, man.
That, I guess, yeah, that's a proud moment because it's correlating with, like, what you told Ashley from the very beginning. Like, I want to be this kind of dad. And so it just shows that, like, Finn sees you as that kind of dad.
Yeah, and that's a full circle type of thing. You know, it's like the things that because all this is hard work. It's all hard work. It takes time. There is what I've learned throughout every single type of workout program that I've done, nothing is overnight. You don't have overnight success. I've been doing this for like a decade almost, and it took time. There was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this, but it's so worth it.
Do you think you'll ever be satisfied?
You know, I think that's a loaded question. I think I have to have I honor and I feel a gratitude to where I am now, to where I was. So I have to respect that because, you know, there's people that are my age, that are my friends, that they have had medical issues. They have had obesity issues. They have had diabetes, all those different types of things, and I don't. So I have to, like, I have gratitude towards that. But am I satisfied that this is the end of my story and that I don't need to work out anymore? Of course not. The journey is never done. Kobe Bryant always said the destination is not the goal. The journey is the goal. The best things of, whenever he won all of his national championships, what he said the best part of the process was the journey. Being at the gym super early, being at the gym late, putting in the effort, putting in the work all the time. And that's the thing that he had the most value to it. And those words resonated with me, where the journey, continue on. It's onward and upward. I will continue the course of this. Never stops. It's never like a period in the story. No, this is the work never stops, and this is a part of who I am. So I'm never satisfied in that aspect.
Are you currently struggling with anything right now? Like, what is your biggest struggle at the moment?
Well, I'm 36. I said earlier, like, I feel better than I'm 36 than I was 26, and that's true, but at the same time, I am still 36. So things happen to your body the older that you get, and I lift heavy. If you watch any of my videos, I'm lifting heavy stuff. So there's a price to pay if you do not recover. I'm in the later half of my 30s now, so I have to be cognizant of keeping recovery in mind, because I've injured myself in this process, 1,000,001 times. Pulling muscles, overextending. A couple years ago, I had an ab injury because I didn't have proper technique, and that set me back like 6 months. I literally had to lift 1/4 of what I usually do to recover. So struggling is understanding that I'm in a different phase of my life now. I used to work out every single day. Every single day I was working out. But now I work out Monday through Fridays, and then I recover Saturday, Sunday. And I either, pretty much do nothing, or I do yoga on Saturday and Sunday. So that has been the biggest realization of the struggle of, once you continue this journey, because we're never done, we continue this journey, is that we have to understand that we do have limits, especially as you age, and you have to, as much as work as you put into the gym to try to achieve your goals, you have to put that same amount of effort in your recovery. So that's what my answer would be.
Do you do any, I know you said yoga, but do you do any stretching or rolling, or do you get massages to like help ease that, or are you just like, I'm just resting?
Yeah, so if it's a rest day, I tell you what, I don't, I'll do work stuff, but other than that, I am beat by Friday. That if it's your last day of the week of working out and it's Friday, I'm on the struggle bus. Every part of me hurts. It's like I put in the work throughout the week, and once Friday is done, I stop. I pretty much just I am done for 48 hours here until we get back, and then it really just comes down to the stretching. And something that was a challenge to me, because when I was younger, I could work out all the time and bounce right back. I was a rubber band, but now I'm a board.
Yeah.
It's that old saying where it takes you a little bit longer to recover. So we do certain things with massages from time to time, but the number one thing that has helped me continue this journey with the gym is yoga. The stretching from yoga, it helps out not only with the stretching of your soreness and everything, but also whenever you do certain yoga classes, where it helps with your mind as well, your meditation and everything like that. And it sets your purposes for the next week as well.
Is the gym mental for you? Do you use the gym to mentally process things, or work through situations in your head?
The gym is 100% that to me. I tell people that until I work out, I can't really start my day, because my brain is not as sharp. I haven't released those endorphins yet, so I really feel sluggish. I have tasks that I have to do every single day with my couple different jobs that I got, and if I don't work out, I am not as sharp whatsoever until I get that workout done. And another great thing with the gym is it does, I'm able to process, that's me time. I'm able to process whatever's going on in my life, whatever trials and tribulations that I'm going through. It helps me collect myself and, figure out what I need to do to overcome an obstacle or achieve a certain goal. So without a doubt, it is just as much a physical benefit as it is a mental benefit, and spiritual, really, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that so much.
Yeah.
So if you had an extra 60 minutes in your day,
Yeah.
how would you use that?
Extra 60 minutes.
If you had an extra 60 minutes, how would you use that?
Well, if I had an extra 60 minutes, I would spend more time with Ashley and Finn.
Yeah.
I would, we have a German Shepherd. We would get him on a leash, and we would walk around town in our little neighborhood there, take Finn to the park. We would, whatever. I mean, Finn's loving Super Smash Brothers right now. He wants to play Super Smash Brothers with me and Ashley. And so we just sit down and we just play Super Smash Brothers or games or whatever. But whatever I'm doing, if I had an extra 60 minutes, I would spend with my family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer. What is the best advice that you could give somebody that was looking to start their gym journey?
Best advice that I would give is one, nothing is hopeless. I felt that I wasn't able, because whenever I stopped running, and I was in the car industry for 6 years before I was a real estate agent, I was sluggish. I gained weight. That's what that job is. You sit and you stress,
Yeah.
and you eat fast food, and that's what I did. So I was in a funk, man, and a lot of times I felt hopeless that I could never get back to what I was before. So nothing is hopeless. Anybody could do this. Anybody can, and it doesn't have to be any crazy workouts or anything like that. Walking around your neighborhood, at the very least. Everybody has a starting point, right? So just doing something simple and then just add from that. And then, there's so much support in this community for people that work out. I mean, I have, every day almost, I have somebody that reaches out and just tells me, hey, I have a question about this type of workout. Or they text me their workout that they did that current day. And I'm like, yeah, there you go. There's a positive reinforcement with this community, because everybody wants to be healthier and happier mentally. That's what people want. So your support will be there. And then just never give up on it. I mean, never, ever, ever give up on it. And whatever work that you put in, you will be rewarded tenfold in the future. There's no doubt. Yeah.
Such solid advice. I swear, I sit down to have these interviews and I'm like, gosh, you guys just speak to me. Do you have any stories that you would like to tell?
Well, I mean, I got a few. I think one of the coolest story, I'm going to go back to support.
Okay.
I'm going to use one of my good friends, and Derek Hopper. Do you know Taryn?
Oh,
So
yes.
I'm gonna talk about Derek here. I want to give him a shout out. And I know without a doubt Taryn, because her workout journey has been fantastic too, and that's been motivation for Derek also. But I think Derek, what he has done over the last year to 2 years, somewhere around there, he sends me, that's one of the guys that sends me text messages about what he's doing. And every time that he's doing it, he's sending me, I'm doing more weight, I'm rocking and rolling, and he's kicking butt, man. And, he's just like me. I mean, he's looking younger even though we're older,
Yeah.
And it's coming down to obviously support from his great wife and his family and his internal motivation and to want a little bit better in his life. So that's something that actually, I don't know if he knows this or not, whenever I get a text message from him, it motivates me too. I really do think that when we're kind of all in this together, and that little text message, there's been so many times where I get it either from Derek or somebody else, of where, everybody does this. We're human. Even though it's a habit to go to the gym and it's a lifestyle to go to the gym, there's some days you do not want to go.
Yeah.
You're sore, you're tired, you got stuff going on with work, what have you. But that little text message, that little phone call talking about this is what I did today, that's when your competitive juices starts flowing. I was like, hey, I got to go get mine. I got to go get after it. So that's really something that's helped me, throughout this journey, is having support from not only my family but from friends to continue the path, continue the journey. Yeah.
So what you're saying is, if there's a friend you haven't reached out to in a while, you should probably reach out to them.
That's always great advice. I mean, another piggyback on that is my best friend from Johnson City. He's my best friend since I was in second grade. He has watched my videos and watched my journey of, a little skinny guy with a dad gut and everything like that to what I look like now. And it has motivated him to start his gym journey too. Mm-hmm. And I tell you what, that guy was always a better athlete than me. He was always stronger and all those different types of things. And he is looking fantastic. He is just killing it in the gym. He sends me his little photos and stuff like that. And being part of that community of, hey, we're motivating each other goes a long way.
Yeah.
It really does. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh. All right. Before I go to another commercial break, do you have any other words you would like to speak on?
Yeah. Well, I think what we talked about today is, I'll just use the words of the great Arnold Schwarzenegger. What I think of every single day before I go to the gym is you got to work. You got to put in the work. You talk like you got to put in the work. You got to put in the work. I mean, that's what he said. That's what you have to do. You have to be motivated and you have to be disciplined to put in the work, whatever aspect in your life it is, whether it's a gym or your family or your business. But in this aspect with the gym, is you have to have that motivation. You have to have that drive, that fire. And if you do that, there's nothing that you can't accomplish.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, we are going to take a break to hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back shortly. What would you do with an extra 60 minutes in your day? Do you go for a walk? Do you pick up the weights? Maybe you even help a friend. There are 1,440 minutes in a day. Here at Fitness 1440, we believe in making every minute count. Spend some of those minutes here with us on our turf zone, in our free weights area, the cold plunge, the sauna, and personalized small group fit classes, because we are open 24/7. Fitness 1440 is family owned, which means you are giving back to the San Angelo community when you spend time with us. Our members are like family here, and we take pride in our cleanliness. Use code 1445 to receive your first month free and join the Fitness 1440 community today. That's 1440 FIBES. And don't forget to make every minute count. Hera Health also offers aesthetic care like dermal filler, microneedling, medical grade skincare products, and so much more. They also offer a wellness program to help with your workouts and nutrition. You can book your appointment online at herahealthpllc.com or give them a call at 325-238-7286. Healthcare for women by women. And we're back. So while we were on break, Taryn wanted me to have a discussion with you about lateral raises.
Yeah.
And she said, you have to say what you do first. So what I do, what I have worked myself up to is 8 pounds and maybe could do 10, like 10 pounds if I actually wanted to.
Yeah.
It's like the one exercise that's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So how much can you lateral raise?
a little bit more than that.
Give me a number.
Yeah. I mean, with laterals, I can, do 60s pretty easily. If I really wanted to go in the 70s, probably could do that too.
My God.
Yeah. But that's without a doubt, my shoulders and chest is probably one of my strongest muscle groups. So even whenever I was a skinny dinny, when like running cross country, I was strong in my shoulders, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's just always been something I was, able to lift a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, if it's shoulder stay, lateral, and then you have your front, all those different types of things.
You do 60s for front ones too?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do 12 to 15 reps, but I mean, I could do like, 6 to 8, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Can you demonstrate?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. You
All
got
right.
60s?
All right. Oh my God. Does that burn? Oh. Oh. I'll just, if you guys couldn't hear, he was grunting. I was grunting too.
Well, hey, I mean, that took a long time to build myself up for that. I was probably doing, I don't know, like 30s forever. And then I just made a decision that, like, Schwarzenegger tells you in his workout program, hey, I worked out right before this, too. And so, to push yourself. And I would go from 30s to 35s. And then this is like 5 years ago. Struggle bus. But after about 2 months of doing that, it became easy. And I was like, okay, 40s, 45s, 50s, 55s. Going up to like 60 land and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now that's just my workout. That's just what I do.
Yeah.
So it's just, again, put in the work. You got to put in the work. Yeah. So I hear his voice every day when I go to the gym.
Well, thanks for putting in the work right here.
Hey,
we got a glimpse of...
putting all this to practice, right?
All right, so rolling into a different segment, we are starting in season 3, and it is the gym bag segment.
Yeah.
So I asked you to bring your gym bag with you.
Yeah.
Everybody's gym bag looks completely different.
Yeah.
So my first question is, oh, somebody's talking. Sorry, guys.
Oh, you good? Yeah.
My first question is, do you have snacks in your gym bag?
No.
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 Do you have protein in your gym
Yes.
bag? What kind of protein do you have in there?
I put a Farm Fed, the brand Farm Fed. Again, we were talking about earlier, I'm old, I'm 36. So I get tummy issues if I get stuff that has like fillers and all that type in there. So Farm Fed, again, not a sponsor post or anything like that. It's just they are really good with having, it's grass-fed whey protein. So it's something that's easier on your stomach. So I put that in there, and then I put pure creatine. That's what I put in my protein shaker.
So I have other questions for this segment.
Yeah.
But you came in, and you were like, I don't have much. So what are the other contents of your gym bag?
A towel, like literally like a sweat towel, and then that's it. Like that's all I put in there. Just to give like a little point of reference. So we drop off our kiddo at 8 at school. And then I'm going straight to the gym, Bentwood, after that 9 out of 10 times. So, and we have to get up so early, get him ready for school and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm lucky I put protein and creatine in my protein shaker, and then I'm just like, I'm off. Zert's coffee, got to get that first. So I kind of drink my 5-shot Americano while I'm like listening to Metallica or something like that, get me fired up, and then boom, we're going in.
Do you not use straps with how heavy you lift?
Mm-mm.
No?
No. It's muscle repetition. I'm just used
Yeah.
to it. So, I mean, I can, again, stretch on Saturday and Sunday. That goes a long way, but I don't use belts. I don't use any of that type of stuff because my body is used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing really heavy stuff for like the last 6 years. And, as long as I don't overextend myself to what I'm used to too much, not going to do anything.
What is the heaviest you can lift?
Well, it just depends on the exercise. Deadlifts, 545s on each side, something like that. And I haven't pushed myself to PR day in a while on that. So I'm sure I could do more. Squat, right around the same thing. I would probably start off at 445s on each side and then see where we go from there. Because right now I'm doing 3 plates and a 25 on each side for like my entirety of the workout. So do that. And then bench. My goal is to do 4 plates on each side. So right now I'm building up to that of trying to make my entire workout with 345s on each side and make that where it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of the build up for that, yeah.
So much. It's so cool though.
Yeah.
I'm over here trying to do math and I'm like, okay, what is 45 plus 45 plus 45 plus 45?
Oh, let's see. How much is that? So you got, let's see.
See, your deadlift is,
So that'll be then you got the bar and that's 45. So that's 11 times 45. 495. Wow. Yeah.
okay, so your squat would be about the same, right? You said about the same?
About the same. Maybe
Yeah.
probably a little bit less for squat. I'm just a better natural because you put more of your back with deadlift. So I would probably be 450-ish, somewhere around there. Yeah.
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 All right. Let's get into some rapid fire questions.
All right, let's do it.
So, how much protein do you eat in a day?
Okay, so you're going to have my protein shake. That's going to have whatever's in that. And then you have the pound of beef. That's every day. You're going to have then there. However, I am by no means like tracking.
Yeah.
I'm not a tracker. So my wife, literally, before we got here, she had her meal, and she had what she's loving right now is canned chicken with avocado, cottage cheese, and then something else like boiled eggs or something like that. And she's like literally like has a math equation how much like her proteins are and everything like that. It's great. I ain't that guy. I just know it's a lot.
Yeah. I can't imagine a pound still. It blows my mind.
Yeah.
So your pre-workout is your coffee?
5 shots of Americano.
Yes. What time do you wake up?
On Monday through Friday, we wake up at 7 and get Finn out of school. And the thing about it is I ain't a morning person at all. So Saturday and Sundays, as long as I can sleep without my kid tackling me and waking me up, that's as far as I'm going to sleep. It's usually around like 8:30 on the weekends until like Finn forces me to get up. So
How late do you stay up?
it depends on the day. Some days during the week, I love, the older I get, I love sleep. I love sleep. I don't know how I did it when I was in college where like literally I'm going to bed at 2, like that type of deal. So like if we can get to bed at like 9:30, I am good.
Yeah.
Good to go. So sleep is, me and sleep are friends.
Yeah, me too. What is your favorite lift or exercise in the gym right now?
My favorite lift is going to be deadlift. And I love deadlift because it's such a multi-use like muscle groups. I mean, you got your legs, you got your back. I mean, you're knocking so much stuff out, and I can lift a lot. Deadlift, so it's something where I can push myself, and it's just always been one of my workouts moves that I enjoy doing. Even when I was high school, I loved doing deadlift.
Yeah. What is your least favorite?
Least favorite is going to be probably just like abs, to be honest with you. Working out abs, whenever I do abs, that's the one where it's still sore pretty consistently the next day. So you don't realize how much you use your abs for day-to-day things until you start really doing workouts with it. So like I'll be sore, and I'm like, even getting out of my chair, I'm just like, oh God, like that type of deal.
I think that's the best feeling, because the amount of like, I love to work out core. It's my favorite. And if I wake up one morning, I'm like, my core is sore. I'm like, oh, I did it.
Yes.
I felt it again.
Victory. Yeah.
So when you look in the mirror, what is your favorite muscle on you?
Look in the mirror, my favorite muscle on me is probably my chest.
Your chest.
Because my chest is massive. Like it's something like, if you look at, again, like going back to my before and after pictures, I'm looking at them and I'm like, oh my God. Like, and I actually had to get it measured I got a tux and everything. And I got my chest measured, and I am not that far off from like folks that do like strongman and stuff like that.
Yeah. Which
is just a crazy thing to even like a sentence to say whenever I first started off, because like I was so skinny. I was a straight board, like no muscle there whatsoever hardly. So, but yeah, I mean, without a doubt, I mean, and it does, as a guy, having a big chest, because I'm gonna have ability the rest of my life. That's why it's called dad bod to god bod.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, it's whatever. I'm strong. I'm still gonna have a gut. I don't care. But having a bigger chest kind of like makes it look like you don't have that big of a gut. So like that's kind of like my get out of jail free card when it comes to that type of stuff.
Was it good for you to see your old pictures? Like, was it good for you to go back and find those?
You know, there's mixed emotions when you see that stuff, right? And so obviously your thing is like, hey, good on you, pal. Like, look how far you come. You have those types of feelings. But then I look at that person I was then.
Yeah.
And I was not living my best self at that particular moment, you know? So I had so many different type of little, you know, not necessarily injuries, but things that weren't like functionally proper in my body. I had heartburn all the time. This car industry, I was stressed out all the time. My mental health wasn't there. Yeah. Like there were so many things in that. When I look at those pictures and then I look at myself now, like that's me, but that's not me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. You referenced those past pictures again, and I was like, I feel like it's probably pretty good for you to like reflect on that.
Yeah,
what is something you eat every single day?
Steak or rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, meat or rice.
What is something you do intentionally every day?
What I do intentionally every day is my affirmations.
What are those?
Affirmations is speaking or writing what your goals are, and that it varies throughout the year. I mean, I have goals with my business. I have goals with my family. I have goals with my workout plan. No matter what, because thoughts are things, and if you put yourself in a positive mental attitude and you speak what you want out of life, that's going to put you on a course of action to achieve those things in life. So they become much more less than dreams or pipeline things where you can actually achieve. I mean, there's a great saying out there where whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, the mind of man can achieve. That's Napoleon Hill, one of the greatest positive mental attitude, success coaches ever. And that's having affirmations and having your goals, basically speaking those goals writing those goals. I do that every single day in one aspect or another. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's good.
Starts my day with intention.
That's good. That's really good. Do you read or listen to audiobooks?
I'm a nerd. So I do read every single day to Finn Harry Potter. So I read Harry Potter to Finn whenever he goes to bed. So we've been doing that since he was like 2 years old. I read him every single night. I read him Harry Potter.
Wow.
Yeah.
Has it ever changed, or has it just been Harry Potter?
Oh, it's always been. I mean, at one point we're gonna switch from Harry Potter to Lord of the Rings. He's 6, so probably a couple more years.
Yeah.
And then we will get to the incredible novel that is the Lord of the Rings.
How many times do you think you've read the entire series of Harry Potter?
Oh my goodness! Like I probably went like a dozen times, because you're thinking like since he was 2 years old and he's 6 going on 7, so there's 7 books. Like I've probably done it a dozen times. Wow. Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, but he loves it. So we literally just came back. We went in December. His first time. We've been to Disney World a few times with Finn, but this is the first time we took Finn to Harry Potter at Universal in Florida. Oh my gosh, he got his wand. We got butterbeer. Like it was unbelievable, and because he knows these stories, he knows the movies, and like just seeing that was like cool. But we're Harry Potter nerds anyway, so we watch the movies all the time.
That's such a cool. Taryn just told me you have a Harry Potter tattoo.
I got a Harry Potter like whole piece right here. So like I have Fox right here, the Phoenix. I have the castle, Hogwarts, and then I have the Death Eater mark right here on the back of my back right here. So eventually it's going to be a sleeve if Ashley lets me. And so I'm going to have all different years from 1 to 7 of the books of a cool scene or something like that from it. Wow. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm a nerd, man. I'm a straight up nerd.
No hate in that though.
Nah,
no
man.
Hate in
Hey,
that.
know who you are and stay in your lane, man.
Oh. If you could own your own gym, what is your number one must-have?
The people. The people of who will work with me, trainers, and then people that will work out in that gym, because I want something that would be anybody can do this. And I don't want to be like an elite gym, like a snooty type of gym. I want to be an everyday man, everyday woman type of gym, and where if you come in and you put in the work, anybody can achieve it. So that's basically what my direction would be. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever thought about opening a gym?
Of course I have. Every day that ends with a Y, you know? I mean, going in a couple of years of this process of, changing my, how I worked out and everything like that, those thoughts get into your mind a bunch, I mean, and I think we're getting closer because this journey has introduced me to so many wonderful people, including yourself. We're having this conversation right now talking about gym. That would have never happened if I wouldn't have made that decision to, rework my body and rework how I want to live my life. So there's so many people out there that, like I was saying earlier, that text me, call me about advice and stuff like that. And I think at the beginning, I want to do like a kind of a group of, my thing is dad bod, god bods. Ladies are 100% invited. But
we're just going to goddess bods.
Yeah, hey, see, that's it. Like anybody that wants to come in and just wants to be a little bit better than where they were before and do old school, that's me. I like old school bodybuilders, Schwarzenegger type of workouts. Have a group of, 10 or so guys, gals, and then see where it takes us from there. And that's kind of pipeline stuff of next steps. And then, if things work out, yeah, definitely have a space as a gym, for sure. Yeah.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah.
If you could give anybody in the world right now honorable mention, who would you give honorable mention to and why?
Honorable mention?
Honorable mention.
Well, it's obviously going to be my wife Ashley, because she has to deal with me, all, all of this, and the work that I put into this. She has to smell our kitchen, that I'm just like, steak and rice every single day. It's smoky whenever you just do just pure steak. Every single day, that's what I'm doing. She has to deal with that. She has to deal with, all that type of stuff throughout all these years. So, I mean, I literally just posted a video to my TikTok and Facebook before I came here of talking about power couples. And she is, we're like yin and yang. Literally, I can't be who I am without her, and it's the same thing for her too. So we are both strong, independent people, but we make each other better. Mm-hmm. And we did a workout this morning where it was tough. It was shoulders and arms right before we got here, and it was a tough workout. But having her right there with me pushed me to finish my workout, and it was the same thing for her too. There's no any of this without Ashley. She's, again, like, her and Finn are just that foundation of everything I do in my life. Yeah.
We love you, Ashley. Oh, all right. Well, that is all the questions I have.
All right.
Do you have any last words?
I appreciate you having me on. This has been fantastic. I know we've been planning on doing this for a little bit, and I appreciate you guys having me on. I think this is a fantastic thing that you guys are doing, and I think it's, onward and upward. It's just going to get better and better for you guys, and I'm just glad to be just a tiny part of it. It's been a great ride so far. Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Yeah.
More than you know.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, that wraps up our episode with Stefan, and I want to give you the reminder to make sure you download, like, and subscribe. That helps us out tremendously on our end. Have a beautiful day. Oh, and it's going to be a great day. Bye.
Bye, guys.